February 2020, Melly was involved in a multi-inmate fight inside the day room of his area unit and was given a DR for his role in the fight. October 2020, placed on a room restriction for refusing to go back to his cell as he was trying to hide while on the phone.
And developing now, there's a new push to get rapper YNW Melly out of jail. He's currently awaiting retrial for two childhood friends, but a new lawsuit alleges he's being held in inhumane conditions.
Famous rap lawyer Drew Findling shared his plan to try to get YNW Melly released from jail. This news came after prosecutors dropped the witness tampering charges against Melly. His trial in Florida was supposed to start on January 21st, but during a hearing on January 20th, prosecutors suddenly dropped that case. This was a big win for Melly. Drew updated everyone and said they will now focus on getting Melly released from jail. He explained that Melly has been held under very strict conditions for a long time based on claims the state has now given up on. He said Melly's release would allow him to properly help prepare his defense for the upcoming trial, and they plan to fight the case strongly. Things got even more serious when Melly's lawyers filed a lawsuit against the sheriff's office. They say Melly has been treated cruelly in jail and are asking for his immediate release. Melly claims he has not been allowed to see or talk to his family for 3 years. This caught the attention of other rappers. One rapper reacted by saying he liked what he was hearing and that Melly has been locked up for too long. Melly's team says he has been living in very cold jail conditions, eating very bad food, and not being allowed to talk to other people. Melly's mother, Jaime, also did an interview. Reports said her interview painted a very sad picture of Melly's life in jail. She said he has not even been allowed to use the jail phone or properly check his mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
She continued by saying she just wants better for her son. She said she feels extremely heartbroken because of everything he has gone through.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
This story got a lot of attention in the media. Charleston White reacted and said Melly deserves the bad treatment because of the crimes he is accused of.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated when you done chose to play somebody.
But Boosie Badass also spoke about the situation. He mostly supported Melly's mother and said he feels bad for the stress she has had to deal with.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
With the lawsuit helping Melly's case, his lawyer tried to make his position even stronger. Drew told the judge that prosecutors had Mariah as a key witness for the witness tampering case, but still decided to drop the charges. He pointed out that they claimed Melly tampered with the witness for years. Yet once they had their main witness available, they dropped the case. When Mariah returned to the United States, she was arrested, but she was never used in the tampering case.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
After the tampering charges were dropped, many people in the industry reacted. Melly's mother posted, "God is good, and he hears your prayers." Even 50 Cent commented, saying Drew Findling is very good at beating cases. However, Reports say the state may have dropped the charges for a strategic reason. Prosecutors said in a memo that they dropped the tampering case to protect important jail call evidence that they need for the main double murder trial in 2027. They were worried that if the tampering case continued, it could hurt their ability to use key evidence later. Prosecutors accused Melly of trying to stop Mariah Hamilton from testifying in his double murder case. Financial records show that Hamilton received over $31,000 from Melly's management company and associates, plus help buying a Mercedes, even though she had no reported income. Investigators also say jail calls and messages showed Melly passing messages through other inmates after losing phone privileges. They claim coded language was used to keep Hamilton away from court.
There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
And like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna, and they said Rocket's baby mom. And
many people believe it was smart for prosecutors to drop the tampering charges. It also helps Melly because he now has fewer charges. Prosecutors now plan to use information from Mariah and Cortland Henry in the main double murder case instead. Cortland Henry, also known as YNW Bortlen, has taken a plea deal. Reports say he agreed to cooperate. He pleaded to accessory after the fact and will serve 10 years in prison plus 6 years of probation, minus time already served. With two people close to Melly possibly turning against him, the situation looks serious. Commentator DJ Academics explained that in order for the judge to accept Bortlen's plea, he must give a real explanation of what happened. That means he has to describe how he was involved.
Out to people upset. I said this is a gunner plea. This is a gunner plea. This isn't a plea saying you have to tell or him, but this is a plea that you're going to have to provide all the details that they were missing to convict him. And that's why it's a gunner plea. Why do I say he signed a gunner plea? Because YNW Melly, and I watched the case, we covered it. YNW Melly's case is that, number one, you guys have not done a job to prove that this is actually prove that this is a homicide with this person being the offender. Also, the accessory after the fact plea confirms that Bortlen, that's kind of like almost like a sub part of a conspiracy, except you weren't with the conspiracy at first. You came in after the fact. What that proved is that they came in. What that proved is that Bortlen worked with someone after he acknowledged that a took place in trying to cover it up. Do you hear what I just said? When pleading to an accessory to after the fact, you have to acknowledge that it happened and you assisted someone or in some way to cover the. Now, if Melly's statement is, how do we know that? And then secondly, how do we know who did it? Because they said it was a drive-by.
If Bortlen admits he helped stage the scene to make it look like a drive-by shooting, it would support the claim that it was not really a drive-by. Prosecutors believe Melly was the only other person in the car who could be responsible. A professional lawyer also shared his opinion and said Bortlen's deal is very favorable, meaning he will likely have to give important information about Melly.
He will be flipping. He is going to be tell-all about anything he knows about the double case, and they will know if he's telling the truth or telling a lie when he gives his full quote-unquote confession as to what happened that evening. And that's what happens. A lot of times where guys are in the prison for 4 or 5 years awaiting trial and looking at a life sentence, and they're offered 10 years where they'll be home probably in another 3 years that he'll serve, he decides to flip and become a cheese eater. And that's what happens a lot of times on these cases. And I was expecting it to happen a lot sooner than it did. He held out for quite some time. But long story short is it looks like he's going to flip. And it makes the case on YNW Melly, depending on what he says, which I anticipate he'll say that YNW Melly is responsible.
Both sides are still arguing about whether Melly should be released on bond. Prosecutors told the judge they believe Melly is dangerous and could run away. They also claim they have messages where he admitted involvement in the crime.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly count says what?
After that, SHHHH.
They even showed video footage of Melly just hours after YNW Sakasar and YNW Juvie passed away. In the video, he appeared to be dancing in a parking lot.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still a term, regardless of what happened. You already know.
There is also video showing Melly getting into the back left seat of the Jeep. Detectives said the bullets traveled from left to right inside the car. This supports the claim that the shots came from the back left seat. Juvie's mother, who knew the YNW group well, also said Melly sat in that seat.
Can you state your name, your full legal name for the jury?
I'm Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
Melly's lawyers argued that detectives admitted they could not determine exactly what happened because the firearm was never recovered.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
During a search of Bortlen's house in the first trial, investigators found something concerning.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortlen was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortlen, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with the witness.
They found notes and drawings Bortlen made in court. The drawings showed where jurors were sitting and described what they looked like. Prosecutors believed this may have been a plan to influence jurors.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortlen, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
That Bortlen is cooperating, prosecutors may get answers to many questions. One key question is why Frito Bang picked up Melly on the side of the road that night.
And Chris Thomas are. So what you're also going to find out is while Mr. Devins is out there on the side of the road, 4 in the morning, 4:42 specifically, he sends a drop pin, digital homing beacon to his current location to one of his friends, Frederick Givens. Frederick Givens is also involved in the music industry, and he asked to be picked up. Frederick Givens then, about 11 minutes later, is sent another drop pin where Mr. Devins has moved a couple of meters. What you're going to find out as well, though, is these digital leashes, they have more than just phone call.
Prosecutors also plan to add an aggravating factor, claiming the crime was done to support a street group. They say a photo of Melly with Young Thug shows involvement in a red street group.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, and he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with Mr. Devins having big B hand signs displayed.
Right, and see with individuals again, I'm assuming that's also Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and test.
Reports say Melly did not seem worried about this being used in court. However, his lawyers strongly disagreed. News outlets reported that Melly argued with his legal team in court and went against their advice. Cameras showed him looking upset with his lawyers.
Yes, sir. Against our advice, our client wants to proceed.
People in court heard Melly say, "I don't care. I'm not in a team. They can't prove that."
924-071. Call for an automatic stay while
they were aggravators. They go to membership in a gang. There are things that the jury would have to find before going into penalty.
Not aggravator, that's the death penalty. Aggravator, that's the gang enhancement itself, Your Honor. That was charged. He was charged in committing the murder for the furtherance of the gang, which is an aggravator in terms of the guilt.
something that they would have to find by way of an interrogatory.
Yes.
There are also claims that a former O-Block member said Melly once contacted King Von for advice. The two were friends before King Von passed away and before Melly was arrested.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Go out the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?